we're back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dark Phoenix Gaming, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect Legendary Edition with Vin Shepard, where today we are heading into the endgame, because last episode we just finished up the crew conversations, but the episode before that we were on Vermeer, and we finished up that whole thing. So, what that means, since we've now finished all of the planets for the main storyline, is that the moment I press the spacebar and activate the galaxy map, we're going to be thrown headfirst into a bunch of story shit. And it's not gonna stop until we reach the end of the game. So, ready or not, here we go.
I forwarded the mission update to the Citadel, Commander. We got confirmation on those reinforcements. Ambassador Udina wants us to report back to the Citadel. The Council's massing a joint species fleet to deal with Saren and his geth.
Finally, some good news.
I knew they'd come around. Back to the Citadel, Joker. I want the Normandy at the head of that fleet.
Yes, ma'am.
Good job, Shepard. Thanks to you, the Council's finally taking real action against Saren.
The Ambassador is correct. If Saren is foolish enough to attack the Citadel, as you believe, we will be ready for him.
Patrols are stationed at every mass relay linking Citadel space to the Terminus systems.
I'm sorry, what? For one thing, did you see the size of that flagship of his? Plus, you know I took out, like, 4 Geth outposts in one cluster alone. I bet you could just blitz all the way through your patrols and not even blink at it. You guys are being fucking idiots. You really are.
You think a blockade's gonna stop him? He's on Ilos looking for the conduit right now. What are you doing about that?
Ilos is only accessible to the Mu relay, deep inside the Terminus systems, Commander. If we send a fleet in there, the only possible outcome is full-scale war.
Now is the time for discretion, Commander. Saren's greatest weapon was secrecy. Exposed, he is no longer a threat. This is over.
Actually, I would say his greatest threat is the big-ass fucking super dreadnought. But what do I know? I'm not a politician.
One ship going into the Terminus systems won't start a war. I can be discreet.
You detonated a nuclear device on Vermeer. I wouldn't call that discreet.
Yeah, your STG squad leader,
We recognize
or guy, was the
But
one who
Ilos
came up with
requires
that
a
plan.
deft
Thank you very
touch.
much.
We have the situation under control.
Secrecy isn't his greatest weapon. The conduit is.
Saren is a master manipulator. The conduit is just a distraction from his real plan to attack the Citadel.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother to try and convince them about the Reapers. They've obviously made up their freaking minds, so it would just be a waste of breath.
If Saren finds the conduit, we're all screwed. We have to go to Ilos.
Ambassador Udina, I get the sense Commander Shepard isn't willing to let this go.
There are serious political implications here, Shepard. Humanity's made great gains thanks to you, but now you're becoming more trouble than you're worth.
You bastard! You're selling us out!
It's just politics.
I already knew I
You've done
didn't
your
like
job,
you,
now let me
Udina.
do mine. We've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems until further notice you're grounded.
Oh yeah, Shepard's pissed. Watch your back, Udina. Watch your fucking back.
Nobody stabs me in the back, Udina. Nobody.
I think it's time for you and your team to leave, Commander. This no longer concerns you. The Council can handle this, with my help, of course.
Commander, are you all right? I'm sure there's a way to appeal. We're under Alliance authority, after all, not the Council.
Yeah, already tried. No luck.
Official channels are closed. They were quite clear about that.
Closed. And we're supposed to accept that. So where do you think the best view will be when the Reapers roll through? If we have to sit it out, may as well get a good seat.
We're out of the game for now. I need you to be there while I figure things out.
You know you can count on me, or any of the crew, Commander.
Come on, Caden. I can get a salute from anyone on this ship. Sometimes I need a shoulder.
Yeah, I always leave a way out. You know that. I'm here for you, but we're in a rough spot, and the last thing I want to do is muddy things. Like it's all that clear to start with. Are we the pride of the fleet, or not? Are we valued agents, or just peons?
Can't just pull out a good old-fashioned, it'll be alright, can you?
It's that easy, huh? Okay then. Everything will be fine, Shepard. You'll figure it out.
Much better. Just took you a few attempts, I guess.
That wasn't so hard, now was it?
I could get used to it. I guess we have some downtime to figure out what we are, huh?
Just kiss already. Come on.
Sorry to interrupt, Commander.
Damn it,
Got a message
Joker.
from Captain Anderson.
You couldn't have waited 5 seconds. God. He's totally spying on us.
Are you spying on us, Joker?
No, ma'am. Just knew you were on the ship and figured I'd pass the message on. The captain said to meet him at Flux, that club down in the wards.
Well, I guess you better go then.
Yeah, we're bringing Caden along for this one. And Rex. Actually, no, forget that. I'll bring Garrus instead.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
And they have a bodyguard on station now to make sure we can't get back on the Normandy. So until the plot lets us back on, we are stuck in the Citadel.
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Okay. And I think there's like 1 or 2 side quests on the Citadel, but I don't remember exactly what. Well, I do remember one of them. Right over here. Ish. Yeah. Got a little political protest going on. Earth first. Funnily enough, in my headcanon, whenever I do a game of Stellaris, Earth First is always the name of the xenophobic political party.
Excuse me.
the Spectre, right?
It's these guys. I hate these guys.
Commander Shepard, it is an honor to speak with you.
What's this demonstration about?
I'm Charles Saraceno of the Terra Firma Party. With Armistice Day coming soon, we're making our voices heard by the alien appeasers on the Presidium. Can I count on your support in the next election?
You're marking the end of the first contact war with a protest.
As we have every year for the last 26 years. The war taught humanity a lesson that some would forget. If we don't stand up for ourselves, no one else will.
I thought the lesson of the first contact war was that there's other life in the galaxy and they have opinions too.
Perhaps so, Commander. But if aliens feel free to express their opinions at gunpoint, why shouldn't we?
What happened at the mass relay was a misunderstanding. If you saw a child about to touch a gun, wouldn't you stop them?
I'd pull them away, yes. I wouldn't shoot them dead.
Okay, alternative perspective. If you saw a child about to reach for a gun and you'd seen that hundreds of times before, and half those times they shot at you or threw it away and tried to bite your head off, literally, I think then you would respond with violence first, if you're conditioned to expect it. And to be honest, it's in the lore that the Turians have been, and probably, doing the military police thing for the Council for at least a few hundred years. And probably, I think it's safe to say they've had their share of violent first contacts, so just kind of went in expecting that, so went with shoot first, ask questions later. So from that perspective, it makes sense why things degraded the way they did with that. At least it seems to. I don't know.
What are you running for?
I'm seeking one of the 5 spacer seats in Parliament. They have certain Baroque conditions for a citizen to be able to vote for them. You have to spend more than 6 months a year in space, but you can't have stayed in any one settled system for more than a month. You do spend most of your time in space, Commander.
Yeah, we rather do. Spacer seats. Interesting. Not to get too political, but that would be like if America had seats in the Senate or House of Representatives for people living in other countries. U.S. citizens, I mean. Interesting concept.
I don't know Terra Firma's platform. What do you stand for?
Our core value is that Earth must stand firm against alien influences. Politically, culturally, and in the worst case, militarily.
It's a good theory, but these people are making it sound like a racial issue.
I can't deny that some of our supporters have extreme views, but our platform is also supported by economists, sociologists, and medical professionals.
Yeah, Terra Firma, unfortunately, they do kind of end up getting a bad rap. As far as major encounters you have with them, this is the only one. But they're presented so badly that they're basically just cartoon cutout racists. These are the political party of the hardline xenophobes that aren't quite hardline enough to be Cerberus. Which, if you've played the later games, you know the reasoning behind that comment, but I won't elaborate. And unfortunately, for all they say their platform is supported by reasonable people, that protest group does sound very racist. And unfortunately, at least for me, that kind of sours me and most of the party you can bring on them as a group.
But you don't do anything to curtail the racist comments of your members.
Of course not, Commander. Whether I disagree with them or not, they have the right to express their opinion.
Yes, I disagree with what you have to say, but I will defend your right to say it and all that. Yeah, and this conversation is actually... It becomes more interesting if you have Ashley with you, rather than Caden, because... Just because of her history, she takes a lot of the stuff they have to say a lot more personally, and you can definitely... It's just a more interesting interaction that way. But I'm afraid I consider the appeasers to be correct on this one.
Sorry, I believe we need to work peacefully with other races.
We've heard that before in human history. Well-meaning naivete leads to declarations of peace in our time. We can't allow anything like Shanxi to happen again. I don't suppose I could convince you to issue a public statement of support for my candidacy. The support of the first human Spectre would be invaluable.
The occupation of Shanxi couldn't happen again. We weren't even sure there were aliens to garrison against back then.
It's still a powerful symbol, Commander. Shanxi is the only human territory ever occupied by an alien species.
I notice he doesn't consider slavery its occupation. Splitting hairs, maybe, but a little bit personal for our shepherd. And as someone standing for a group that primarily seems to be just a bunch of racist bigots, no, I'm not supporting you.
You have the right to your opinion, Mr. Saraceno, but with all due respect, I disagree with it.
I understand. I'm glad you support the democratic process, at least. Thank you for your time, Commander. Remember Terra Firma on Election Day, because Terra Firma remembers you.
We bleed red!
Really, I thought you bled hot pink. God. The less time I have to spend around that pack of rabid racists, the better. I have no interest in their crap. None whatsoever.
Pardon me, soldier. Can I take a moment of your time?
Oh, it's this guy. Forgot about him.
Soldier, I've got a major situation, and I need help from somebody with humanity's interests at heart.
What kind of situation are we talking about?
Of course, right to business. That's why humanity has the best damn fleet in the galaxy. My name is Elias Taylor. I'm an alliance negotiator. We've got a big session coming up with the Solarians. You wouldn't believe what's riding on this. I'm fighting for humanity on this one, just like you are.
I understand.
You're also
It's important,
annoying.
So what do you need?
Well, in order to do my best for humanity, I need the best resources on the market. There's a mental stimulant that increases alertness and cognitive function. It's legal, but restricted. I've purchased the monthly limit, and I need more from the medbay.
Oh, I see. You're asking me to buy you drugs. Under the table. Yeah, the odds of this actually happening have just dropped to negative percentages, but I'll pick your brain about stuff a little bit before I reject you outright anyways.
What exactly is this stimulant?
Oh, I don't know the medical terms, but it increases mental capacity, short-term recall, that sort of thing. It helps me stay focused, and it keeps me sharp. Nothing gets by me when I'm on it.
You know the monthly limits. Why'd you go over them?
The negotiations were supposed to be last week, but the Solarians stalled it, probably deliberately. If I don't get the stimulant, I'll be a wreck. My assistant will take over, and that would be a disaster.
You should put some trust in your assistant. Didn't you train him?
My assistant wants to bend over backwards for the Citadel races. He wants to show them we're reasonable. No race will respect us until we show them who's in charge. That's what it took with the Turians. Yeah, forget my assistant.
Yeah, I already think this guy's assistant would be a better choice for any negotiation than him. A diplomat who doesn't know how to compromise. Recipe for disaster, you ask me.
Why is this deal so important?
The Solarians want to set up long-term trade agreements. There are billions of credits at stake. If I don't get the drug, my assistant will take over and mess up the whole deal. It would be a disaster.
Yeah.
You should put some trust in your assistant.
My assistant wants to bend over. No race will respect us until we show them who's in charge. That's what it took with the Turians. See, I forget my assistant.
Yeah, I had to skip over that one because he says it twice, once for each of those, and I didn't remember that. Yes, Mr. Keeler, you are very much an addict. And I think your assistant should take this one for you.
Keeler, you've got a problem. You need to get treatment.
It might look that way from the outside, but this is just a one-time slip-up.
I'm sure that's what all addicts say when they're called on it. Then the game is wrong, quite honestly. The game is wrong.
I don't see all the top negotiators soliciting help to go over the legal limit, Keeler.
Maybe you're right. I've been trying to keep humanity strong, and maybe I've pushed myself too hard. I'll tell you what, this will be the last time I use the stimulant. After this deal is finished, I'll get treatment.
No. If I let you use it again, you won't stop. You'll just keep on doing it after we leave. You need to get help now.
No trade negotiation is worth ruining your life for. Let it go and get help.
You don't understand! Humanity needs me, and I need that stimulant. Without it, I don't know anymore. I get so tired when I run out of the stimulant. I just need one more boost.
Just listen to yourself. You sound like an addict.
There's no shame in having a problem, but you have to get treatment.
You're right. I'll go tell my assistant. I shouldn't be working like this.
Yes.
I'll get help. I'm just sorry it came to this.
Success convincing him to not get even more drugged. Excellent. And there's Anderson. What's up?
I'm glad you came, Shepard. I heard that.
They pulled me off the mission, just like when they forced you to give up the Normandy.
I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to warn you, but there was no way to get a message to you before you docked. I know you're pissed off right now, but you can't give up. They all think this is over, but we both know it's not. You have to go to Ilos. You have to stop Saren from using the conduit.
To do that, I need to be able to use the Normandy, and they've got it locked down.
There's only one ship that can get me into the Terminus systems undetected, and she's grounded.
Citadel controls locked out all the Normandy's systems, but if we override the Ambassador's orders, we can get them to bring the Normandy back online. You can be in the Terminus systems before anyone even knows you're gone.
Yeah, and then they blame you for it. Not liking that.
If we steal the Normandy, you're the one left holding the bag.
And if Saren finds the conduit, life as we know it is over. The Reapers will destroy us. Humans, Asari, everybody. You're the only one who can stop him, Shepard. So I'll do whatever it takes to get you on the Normandy and off this station.
Stealing the Normandy is mutiny. What if the crew won't help me?
The Normandy's your ship now, Commander. Her crew will follow you to the ends of the galaxy. We both know that.
I won't forget this, Captain. I promise.
I can unlock the Normandy from one of the consoles in the Citadel Control Center. You'll have a few minutes before anyone realizes what happened.
That's a restricted area patrolled by armed guards. How are you going to get in?
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're in the Normandy when the systems come back online.
Yes. Well, the patrolled by armed guards bit kind of concerns me. Are there any alternatives? If we have somewhere without armed guards, then that would be preferable.
You're gonna get yourself killed. There has to be another way.
Ambassador Udina issued the lockdown order. If I can hack into the computer in his office, maybe I can override it.
He's not gonna let you waltz into his office and use his computer.
Hopefully he won't be there. If he is, I'll just have to think of something.
Udina won't let this slide, Captain. You'll be charged with treason, a capital offense.
We don't have a lot of options. I break into the Ambassador's computer, or I take my chances with the patrols in Citadel control.
Okay. Now, we can tell him to just decide for himself, but Anderson will decide on Citadel control. And I think Udina's office. And out of perspective, and from an out-of-character perspective, my reason for that is mostly down to the fact that there is a quite funny scene, well, funny in terms of context and all that, you can get only if you send him to Udina's office. And a modicum of payback is involved.
You'll have a better chance if you go after the Ambassador's computer.
And I don't want to miss out on that.
The Ambassador has made this personal. You ready to get the hell off this station, Commander?
You know it.
Let's do it.
I'll take care of the lockdown. You get down to the Normandy and tell Joker to stand by.
Alright. That's that. It's time for us to head back to the Normandy, which we can actually get in now because the plot demands we be able to.
Presidium technicians are struggling to understand why a computer system catastrophically overloaded recently. Technicians are reportedly unsure of what caused the malfunction, or even what the system was originally designed to do. Psych is investigating the possible vandalism or misuse of public property.
Oh, I haven't heard a reference to that quest in a while. That one is that side quest with the AI I developed for the money laundering thing. So that is what that's a reference to, if you've forgotten, which I wouldn't blame you for. It has been a while since that quest.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Hello, Dina. Anderson would like a word.
What are you doing here? I didn't send
I'm sorry, but I simply cannot live without Anderson punching Udina in my games anymore. It's a necessity at this point. It really is.
Let's go. Get us out of here, Joker. Now.
Out we get. And then there is the now we have the trip to Ilos, which is, I'm pretty sure, the only thing we can do on the world map. What in the fuck was that? I just partially glitched into that pillar. That was interesting. Now we're gonna go around and very quickly talk to people.
Aw, damn it, no sign of pursuit? I was hoping the council would send some ships after us. I was looking forward to putting the Normandy through her paces. Figured I'd get to see what this ship can really do.
Saren's still out there. Maybe we'll get a chance to play hide and seek with Sovereign.
You know, it doesn't seem like much fun when you say it, Commander. So you need something?
Nah.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Yeah, hide and seek with Sovereign. Less bit too much excitement there, eh? Hide and seek with a couple of Citadel destroyers, or maybe a cruiser on the other hand. I'm sure Joker would have fun with that. Yeah, I know at least one or two of the crew have something to say about us taking the ship and effectively going rogue to go after Saren. So we're gonna go around and talk to him real quick.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
Caden is not one of them, it seems. I know Tally has something to say on the subject, but I don't remember if anyone else does, so I'm just going around and chatting with them.
This will all be over soon, Shepard. One way or another.
Yeah. Liara didn't have much to say there, but probably feeling the stress, to be honest. I doubt Rex really has anything to say. But I might as well check up on it.
I can't believe we stole the Normandy. After everything you told me, it seems a bit extreme, don't you think?
Yeah, but what alternatives did we really have, Garrus?
Stealing the Normandy's a trivial risk compared to the threat of Saren.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. If you're wrong, we'll pay for it. But if you're right and we did nothing, I think we'd regret it a whole lot more. I just hope we can catch Saren before they realize we're missing.
We'll catch him. Just be ready when we do.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, now, Rex, you got anything on this?
Stealing an Alliance ship? Risky stuff. But I'm right behind you, Shepard. It's the least I can do.
Everyone else thinks I'm crazy.
Sometimes crazy is the best way to go. I just hope they don't catch us before we get our hands on Saren.
Yeah.
You and me both.
He'll get us through, Shepard.
So long, Rex.
Shepard. Never a dull moment with you, Shepard.
Personal inquiry. Apparently we had to talk to him again to get this.
You ever go on any missions like ours before?
Saving the galaxy from certain destruction? No. But I've had my share of adventures.
Oh, good. We get this story. I love this one from Rex. But it hadn't popped up earlier, so I wasn't sure what was going on. Turns out we just had to wait a bit.
Do you remember any that stick out?
A few. I remember one time I was hired by a Volus diplomat. What an ass.
What did he want you to do?
He wanted me to erase his past. Get rid of an old friend who knew too much. Huh. His old friend turned out to be an Asari commando.
Oof. Yeah, I remember those commandos of Benezius on Novaria. That could not have been fun.
I can see why that might give you pause.
What? No. Alina and I were old friends. Sort of. We met when we were both contracted to kill the same Turian. Neither of us wanted the other one to get him first. We spent more time fighting each other than tracking that Turian.
Which one of you made it first?
It was a tie. I brought back his head. She got the rest of him. As far as I know, we both got paid. Anyway, when I told Alina about the diplomat's contract, she and I had a good laugh about it.
So what'd you do?
Well, I was going to lose the contract, but I respected Alina. In the end, I let her pick the location where we'd fight. She chose some old Solarian space station overrun with mercs and smugglers. That way we didn't have to worry about hurting any innocent bystanders. Huh. She always was a bit of a softie.
Okay. Well, now that we've got the backstory, why don't you tell me a bit about the fight itself? Because it sounds very interesting.
What happened on the station?
What didn't happen? For 2 days I chased her through that station. Used my entire store of ammunition. Had to kill a bunch of mercs and use their crap weapons. By the 3rd day, the station was barely holding together. The mercs were dead or gone. Life support was failing. But I had her. She'd locked herself in the med labs. She was trying to patch herself up. Damn tough, that one. Then just when I thought I had her, the station's core went critical. Barely made it back to my ship in time.
Wow, that is one hell of a fight. And just to remind everyone, Rex saying he used his entire store of ammunition. The ammunition, in terms of the blocks and everything, is so tiny in the amount of it that's actually used per shot that I believe you're supposed to be able to get off several thousand rounds per block. So, the fact that Rex is saying he used his entire store of ammunition, this one in fight, I don't even want to think about how many shots he must have fired out of all of his guns to use up entire ammunition blocks like that. I would love to see that fight. Really would have. But what happened to your friend/target?
I assume the Asari Commando didn't make it.
I watched the station from a distance. I never saw her leave. And when that place blew, there was nothing left larger than a Turian's right nut.
Charming imagery
so
there.
I headed back to the diplomat to give him the good news and collect my pay. But before I got halfway there, Alina sent me a message. Better luck next time.
I see. She must have had plot armor.
I'm not superstitious. But if someone can survive that, well, they deserve to live. At least for a bit longer.
Yes. Sounds like that Krogan honor there. She gave me a good fight, and I respected her, so I won't try again just yet.
What about the diplomat? He wanted her dead.
I told him the truth. Alina was still alive, and she was really pissed. I told him if he wanted to live, he'd need me around to protect him.
You're smarter than you look, Rex.
He kept me on as his personal guard until he died. Natural causes. Easiest job I've ever had.
Dying of natural causes as a diplomat hiring mercenaries. Wow, that's gotta be rare.
So long, Rex.
Yes, I really do enjoy that story. From Rex, I always make a point to see that I get it out of him. Every playthrough, no exceptions.
We're fugitives on the run. Very exciting, Shepard. I wonder what the Council would do to us if we got caught.
Your father probably has some political pull, right? He wouldn't let them throw his little girl in jail.
You don't know my father. Stealing ships is a capital offense among my people. He'd probably want to execute us himself.
Ah, I see. One of the hardliner follow the rules at any cost types. Lovely.
The Normandy's the best ship in the fleet. They'll never catch us.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, well,
I should go.
nothing else to talk to the crew about. Time for us to head on up. Picked up a couple of codex entries. Let's see. Krogan biology. Yeah, I'm not actually going to read those two myself, as I feel like it would break the flow. I put them on camera for a little bit there so you can pause the video and read yourself if you're that interested. For now, it's time for us to leave. If we wanted to, I believe we could actually land on any of these random planets we like. Not Vermeer, of course, because I don't think you can go back after you initially visit it, but no. We've done everything we need to. It's time for us to head to Ilos. Poking these places for any relic things. I didn't expect to find any, but you know. Time for us to land. And we are in Shepard's quarters. Oh, hello there, Caden.
You probably shouldn't call me that. I probably shouldn't even be wearing this uniform.
Yeah, hell of a thing. We broke our oath to defend the Alliance, so we can keep it. What happens if this doesn't work out, Shepard? Well, we mutinied, stole a prototype warship. If they wanted to be technical, they could throw in kidnapping. We're a hell of an example of humanity's best and brightest, huh?
True enough.
I keep reminding myself we're doing the right thing. I don't believe me yet.
Well, if I didn't think you were doing the right thing, I wouldn't be here. It'll really hit the fan when we get to Ilos. If things don't go well, I want you to know. Well, I've enjoyed serving under you.
Caden, you stopped being a subordinate a long time ago. Don't you think it's time to act like it?
Battlefield flirting is one thing, Shepard. There are regs against fraternization. Huh, I suppose breach of protocol will be pretty far down the list of charges at our courts-martial.
Oh god, that camera angle is atrocious.
About everything. I think about losing you and I can't stand it. And the galaxy will just keep going. Everything, even the Reapers, will come around again. But you and I, we are important right now. And this is what will never happen again. Us. Shepard, you make me feel human.
Bunk here tonight, Caden. With me.
Is that an order, Commander?
Caden, you make me feel like I could take on the universe. And right now, I kinda have to.
This can't change anything, Shepard. This is a good crew, the finest I've served with. I don't want to mess it up.
Yes. And yes, this is what passes for a sex scene in Mass Effect. if seeing one boob from the side counts as sex, then yes.
It's been a long time since I've met a woman who...
Bridge to Commander Shepard. We're 5 minutes out from the Mu relay.
You're a sweetheart, kid.
Joker's waiting for you on the bridge. I swear, though, if anything happens to you, take care, Shepard.
Paramore 1. Achievement unlocked. Here we go. And yeah, I still remember back in the early 2010s, the media absolutely lost their shit over there being a sex scene in the game, and I can't put big enough air quotes around that. But you know, mainstream media is stupid after all. Why do you think barely anyone I know follows it?
Commander? We've got company.
Have their sensors picked us up yet?
Well, stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? We'll never get in close enough for a drop.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone.
There is no other landing zone!
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option. It's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker?
I can do it.
Gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
Alright. We are heading in. And you bet your ass Caden is coming for this one. And for our second team member, I'm gonna bring Garrus. If we really wanted to balance out our biotic and tech stuff, I would bring Rex, but I don't really care for that. I think Caden and Garrus is a good team to end on. Let's go.
You two, keep moving inside now.
Hello there, Saren. Fancy seeing you here. And his door shut just in the fucking nick of time.
We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There's no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found a way to open it. There must be
Yeah,
some kind of
should have
security
brought some
override somewhere in this
explosives.
complex.
We'll have to find some way to get it up and running again.
Should have brought explosives, guys. That is my conclusion here. But yeah. Anyways, I think I'm gonna leave it here for this episode. So, welcome to Ilos, everyone. And you have been watching my Mass Effect Legendary Edition Let's Play with Vin Shepard. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more Mass Effect Space Adventures. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, when we will be delving further into Ilos. See you then, folks. See you then.